this week on the Honey Break Experience.
What am I doing?
This week's show is real special to me. I got to share the blind with a longtime family friend of mine, Brother Ralph Weber and his son Scott Weber. It's something near and dear to my heart, so y'all stick around and check out this hunt. When Scott gave me the call about wanting to get his dad on a duck hunt.
It started about a month ago. First thing I did when I wanted Dad to come duck hunting with us, you ask Mama. So you have to get Mom's permission for Dad to come with you. He's 85 years old. So Mama keeps a close eye on him. I asked her if he could come duck hunting with us, let her know what the plan was. She gave the approval. We asked him last.
It's not exactly roughing for your first duck hunt.
And he agreed. Dad's always been an avid outdoorsman, loves the outdoors. But one thing he'd never done before was duck hunting.
Anytime I can take somebody on their first duck hunt, I want to do that, but especially somebody that's dear to our heart like Brother Ralph. It was definitely something I wanted to do. It wasn't even an option whenever Scott asked me about trying to get it done. We were going to do it.
I was a little apprehensive. I didn't know what to expect. And of course, when you get my age, you wonder if physically you're going to be able to handle it, you know.
Yeah, that's one thing that we strive to do here at Honey Break is to be able to have blinds that no matter what the conditions are or what the person's ability are, we can still get them to the blind so they can enjoy the morning out in the field and at whatever their level of success is.
But I had good help. Everybody that was there, they took pity on an old man, you know, and kind of helped him along.
See that little flopping wing decoy down there? I'm gonna do my best. I put it on that side of the spread so that with any luck, the way that wind's blowing, the ducks are they might circle around a couple times, but they're gonna float in towards that flopping wing decoy.
So you pull up and fire away.
Kiddo.
The main thing is this hunt's about you, and we want to be safe. We want to have fun. So it's not about killing ducks for me. I've killed enough ducks in my lifetime. I don't need to kill another. So I'm going to try to do my best to get them in here, and you can raise up and pop you a couple of them. Well, I mean, as always, we take it pretty seriously on each hunt be their best hunt. And with the conditions as tough as they were this year, we were actually fortunate enough to kind of have the perfect storm. We had a front move through and the day before. A good cold north wind, bluebird day here at Honey Break. That's what we like. Well, greenheads like to shine in the sun and check out our decoys a lot better. So it was shaping up to be the perfect storm for Brother Ralph's first duck hunt.
Scott had told me, he said, Drew will be talking to the ducks. And then he'll talk to us. When they said, have a go at it, well, I just got up and started shooting.
The Honey Break Experience is brought to you by Bandit, innovations in hunting and outdoor gear. Mojo, if it ain't magic, it ain't mojo. This is the Honey Break Experience.
Trying to cater to Brother Ralph, you know, he was not the a seasoned wing shooter as Scott and I are, so we were doing our best to try to get the birds in the decoys and make sure he had the highest percentage shot as possible. The first couple groups that came in were circling around and we were just trying to get them just right, and they were just teasing us, and we had big group of pintails come by and it was just locked up. I don't know who was more excited, either Scott over there shaking or him shaking, you know, on this moment that was about to unveil.
And Drew was blowing the call, so you're wondering, okay, is he gonna make the call? We're gonna make the call on this pass. He'd already made one pass, he's coming by. Then I heard the mallards out in front of him.
Where you locked up right out front, guys. Then all of a sudden one of them breaks off and comes right across the top, and it had Brother Ralph's name on it.
And at that moment, instead of reaching for the gun first, I actually looked over at Dad to see if he was getting up, if he was getting the safety off, if he was gonna make the shot. Sure enough, just like he'd been doing it his whole life.
Hey! What about the pintails?
How about those pintails? That was incredible.
Brother Ralph, which one of them did you get?
I don't know.
There's one in the dog's mouth, right?
Yeah, that's the one I got.
That's the one you got. Good shot.
That sucker looked beautiful in the sun.
Yeah, it sure did.
Them pintails sure did.
Ooh! Flutter, 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 flutter.
Brother Ralph, I looked at Scott.
What am I doing?
That was our goal, was to get Brother Ralph on a good hunt and you know, let him get a good bird. Probably more highly recognized than any other duck as a trophy duck is the greenhead mallard. Scott wanted to get it mounted for him, so he was hoping it was a greenhead, not a smiley. Where's your mark? Back. That's not bad for your first duck, Brother Ralph.
There you go. Man, those are pretty, aren't they?
Yes, sir. That's a pretty one.
There he is.
It sure is.
He sprung right up, hit a greenhead mallard, and a big old fat greenhead mallard too, and that was just that was absolutely the highlight of my day.
I wonder what the poor folks are doing today.
After that first mallard hit the ground, Dad's mallard, it didn't really matter if we got another bird all day long.
Brother Ralph Weber is a longtime friend of my family. My grandmother and grandfather, Alice and Robert Wangert, they worked in the church, and Brother Ralph has passion to the church that we grew up in, and being the godly man that he is, he not only instilled the love for Christ in his kids, but you know, the love of the land and leaving something better than you found it, and you know, the love of the outdoors.
Of course, I learned when I was young. Yeah, I loved hunting. Of course, this is the first time I've ever duck hunted like this. I guess my first experience was dove hunting. That was back, I was probably about 13, 14 years old. I enjoyed it so much, and then of course when I had boys, I wanted them, you know, to enjoy this. It's a good sport, good clean sport, and keeps them out of a lot of other things they ought not to be into, you know. Even if you just go out there and get under a tree somewhere and sit down, you know. But I thoroughly enjoy that. And my last few experiences in deer hunting. I just would go out there and get on the stand, and I wouldn't shoot the deer. I just enjoyed looking at them, you know.
Well, it wasn't long after the celebration was over, and Brother Ralph's big greenheads had a big old group of pintails come by. The sun's got those birds teed up like they're on a canvas. No matter what age you are, you know, if you don't have, when those birds are coming in or when you shoot that big buck, if you don't have your a little bit of short of breath or your heart beating out of your chest, then that's killing. That's not hunting. And you know, that's not what we do. I mean, that's my grandpa told me. He said, if you ever get where you're not like that, you quit, because we're hunters. We're not killers. At my age, and to see Brother Ralph at his age, I mean, he's just shaking like a leaf on a tree at the anticipation of shooting the duck. To me, that's what it's all about. It makes the hair on my arm stand up just thinking about it.
The Honey Break Experience is brought to you by Honey Break Lodge and Outfitters, the experience of a lifetime. Gator Tail, taking you places you never thought possible. This is the Honey Break Experience.
To the weed and whacking, yeah.
Well, Drew is real special to our family. And I've known his grandparents and his daddy and his mama. You know, I've known all of them there through the years. And when you grow up with people and you're with them like that, you have a special connection, I guess you'd say, with them.
I can't really express the excitement that I felt coming into the hunt. It's been probably 15 or 16 years since we've hunted together. As I have grown and had children of my own, I've tried to infuse in them a love for the outdoors and pass it down just like my father did for me. The first memory I have of going hunting with Dad, I was about 7 years old, and we went deer hunting. And back then, you know, you had the old style brown canvas type coats, and I can still remember the smell of that jacket to this day. It had a real earthy type smell. And when it would get cold, he would tuck me inside the jacket and let me sit in his lap and wrap the coat around me to help keep me warm. I became addicted. It was not only just being in the environment, being in the outdoors, it was being with your dad and being so close. Of all the hunts we've made, this is absolutely the most special.
That teal getting off the water in front of him.
Look at all the deep. Anytime we see a little group of specks, and we're going to hammer on them. If we can break a couple of them off, we always like to call it the bonus goose.
Hey, straight up. Here they are. Busted.
Special, Billy. That's a bonus goose.
Yeah.
This thing's big.
Look at the bars on that stick. They call that goose a ribeye of the sky. A special belly. We ended up breaking a couple of specks off, working them on the end, added that to our strap.
Honey Break Gun Dog Tip, brought to you by Avery, first and forever.
What I'm going to show y'all here is how I began the simple casting, and this is the start of teaching a dog to handle. The first thing I do is I'm going to teach them the back command. I have one bumper here, and I'm going to throw it to the right side, and I make him sit. When he looks at me, back. You want to make him come sit in the front of you. Sit, at the remote sit. This is the position he'll be in whenever he'll take all the hand casting. And I throw it on the left. If your dog wants to go the other way, you just get more to the left side of him. Back. Okay, and you progress just like that. And whenever he's doing it well and coming back and sitting in front of you, then you put 3 bumpers out. When you can pick up all 3, then you put 6 or 9 bumpers. And you keep on sending them right and left until he'll go get all 9 bumpers. Then after you finish doing that, then I'll take a bumper, sit. And I'll start with an over. I'll make them do an over, then I'll make them do a back. And when I start and I teach them to ride over, I'm gonna make them go on a left back. After you finish, you got him doing this well, you put 3 or 4 bumpers here and you just get them going. Left back, right over, left back, right over, till you got them doing real well. Then you're gonna start with your left over and go to right back. And you continue with that one until you got it good. Then you do all 4 of them. And when your dog can do that well, you're starting to understand what overs and backs are, and you can move them to a larger scale. And that's your Honey Break Gun Dog Tip of the Week.
Please submit your training questions to our partners at Avery.com. And if we select your question on TV or our website, we'll send you a Banded Avery care package.
For more gun dog tips, head on over to honeybreak.com or find us on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter.
The Honey Break Experience is brought to you by War Eagle, built for hunters who love to fish. Mossy Oak, it's not a passion, it's an obsession. This is the Honey Break Experience.
I remember as each flight would come by, he would say, you know, is that a duck? Is that one that we're going to shoot? And getting Dad ready for shooting time and ready for the flights, I was telling him what to kind of expect.
Go on in here, Pintail.
To get back out in the field with him at the age of 85 and to be able to expose him to something new in hunting, like he did me, was just incredible.
Shot all 3, didn't you?
No, I think 2. No, I said.
Are you sure? The breech is open and it's empty.
Okay, it's empty. I don't know, I'm just shooting.
Scott, you just keep it low.
Yeah, it's pretty much empty.
I don't count how many.
I'm out of boom. Put some more boom back
Yeah, good job.
You know, for me to be able to turn around and to be his teacher in an area of hunting was just incredible. To walk him through the process as the morning progressed, step by step, from the time the sun rose until the time we left, was just amazing.
My highlight of the day was, you know, to be able to give back. You know, as much as Brother Ralph and Miss Ann and the Weber family has given to my family, to be able to give this opportunity back for something special to him, that means a lot to me. That's what makes the world go round. I don't care if we killed a duck or not, but to be able to share the bond with him and Scott, that'll always hold a special place in my heart. Kill him. Kill him.
I love my father very much for many, many reasons. For giving me life, for being a teacher, a friend, and for sharing his passion for the outdoors with me. There's no place I'd rather be than out here in God's playground. I'm grateful to the folks at the Honey Break Lodge for allowing me the opportunity. Without this venue, without this place, this couldn't have happened. He could not have made another typical duck hunt, you know. The folks here make it easy, and I love my brother, Drew Keith, and all the folks here for giving me this opportunity to share this time with my father and making a memory that I'll never forget. I don't think I want to add anything else. I'm about done there, bro.
Closed captioning provided by Avery, First and Forever.